That's the least fun fact I've ever heard.
And that's why this show is never gonna take off. Welcome to Nobody's Listening, where my name is Jared, and here we go. Welcome back to Nobody's Listening, where we have a whole cast and crew of everybody here today. Where David, Kyle, and Jake are officially here. And I was beaten at my own game this morning. So congratulations to David and Kyle. I feel like I have to give them a round of applause.
Well, thank you, Jared.
You're welcome, brother. So I have a question, Jake. Groundhog's Day was just officially here, and I gotta ask, man, how are you feeling, brother?
Defeated. I feel miserable and tired still.
What? Why? Let us know why.
Well, for anyone who doesn't know, a couple years ago, I watched Groundhog Day every day for a year, and twice on Groundhog Day. The first couple hundred days of which were actually pretty decent, but about the last 150 of those days were just absolute fucking nightmares. Just watching Groundhog Day every day, day after day. And it's been a little over a year, and jumping back into it on Groundhog's Day, I watched it twice again because I lost a Mario Party based wager and have to do that until I die now. For the terms of that bet. And yeah, it sucked. It was miserable. It was right back to where I was at the end of last year. There was no like, oh, it's been a year, I can enjoy the movie again. It's still a fucking awful experience.
So why did you bet that you have to watch it back to back for eternity and every Groundhog's Day and Mario Party? Were you like, I mean, what happened? Were you like, I'm gonna win this no matter what? I have this in the bag, or how did that happen, man?
No, it's a thing I came up with that I thought would be funny to do high stakes Mario Party. To take a game of Mario Party and put just like stupidly high pressure to win that game of Mario Party. And we've done it a few times with other things. For our stream is when we've always done it. And the first time it was actually I wagered more. The first two times I actually wagered days on Groundhog Days viewings.
Okay.
Because that was during that year.
Yeah.
Then during Extra Life, one of our stretch goals was to play high stakes Mario Party with us not having come up with stakes beforehand. And our friend Jesse was in the chat, and he was kind of egging us on to, raise the stakes to something that would have lifelong implications, which I thought was very funny. And immediately agreed to. And it was a pretty obvious thing for me to wager, as just like, what's the worst thing I can think of to like offer up for life?
David, what was your bet, bud?
If I lost, I had to watch an entire anime from beginning to end once a year. Which, for those who don't know, I fucking hate anime. So, yeah. And that would be every year for the rest of my life. So I'd have been a 75-year-old fucking man in a nursing home, fucking just decrepit and rotting out of my mind from consuming that much anime, still watching fucking anime once a year.
Oh, that's Mr. Pearson. It's his week for the anime week. I don't know, he did this thing called Extra Life way back in the day, and just it's been fucking with him ever since. I don't know.
I don't appreciate the quality of the fucking Wisconsin accent there.
Hey there,
God
bud.
damn.
Hey there, bud. You'll be okay.
This implies some weird things about my life.
Doesn't matter how you
Why
get
am I
here.
in a nursing home in Wisconsin?
Just
You know
accept
why.
fate. Just accept fate.
Fucking Fargo.
Is there one anime that you would have wagered to like watch consistently, like Jake's, fucking Groundhog's Day each and every single time, or was it just whatever anime, like the Excel
No, it's
spreadsheet
just
of
an
life?
anime.
An anime?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just an anime, but I had to watch it. But whatever I picked, I had to watch all the way through. So like I needed to not be stupid and pick something like Bleach or whatever that has, or what's the one that's like notoriously long?
One Piece.
One Piece or
One
whatever.
Piece.
Yeah.
Isn't it still going?
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you
So
guys
I
didn't
wouldn't
pick
pick close
that.
to the end though.
have you guys seen the Netflix adaptation yet?
Yes.
How good is
actually.
it?
I don't know because I hate anime and I've never seen One Piece. It's an interesting show. I don't know how good of an adaptation it is.
Well, why would you watch the TV version of it and hate anime?
Because I hang out with a bunch of fucking weebs, and it was a medium that I could potentially stand to like watch and now understand some of the goddamn weird shit that they say. Uh Anime doesn't always have shit stories. It's just mostly the filler bullshit and fan service that fucking and the overacting that drives me up a fucking wall.
Jake, that reaction was not appropriate, sir. That flag behind you says everything we need to know about you, my man. So, it's okay.
Fair.
For those of you that are just listening on podcast, it is Danny DeVito in Rainbow Wings covering up his nads while stark naked with cupids all around him trying to fire arrows at his ass. So, it's fantastic. Kyle, I need to know what
It's
was your
the new bisexual flag, by the way. Moving that for that, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I approve.
I'd fly that flag no matter what, man. That'd be glorious. Kyle, what was your bet, brother?
I would have to have a discussion with Jesse every week, every was it D&D session for the rest of my life, and he gets to pick the topic.
And
Yeah,
Kyle
so-
has to pay attention and do homework he gives.
Yes,
Yeah. So he had to
every
attend-
single D&D,
he had to attend a lecture basically every
basically.
Saturday. Yeah.
and have a discussion with him on it.
Now, for those of us who don't know Jesse or have had the pleasure of meeting that man, does someone want to describe him? By the way, Kyle, thank you for joining the podcast for the first time in under 10 minutes. I appreciate it, bud. I think this is one of the first episodes that you've actually chimed in less than 10 minutes, so welcome to the show. But for those of us who don't know who Jesse is, who is Jesse and why is that? Yeah.
Imagine Sheldon Cooper with less social skills, but knowledge in other areas as well as like nerdy quantum physics. That's as best I can do.
He has said that he, like, as a kid, looked up to that character. So
That does not fucking surprise
yeah.
me. He's like Sheldon Cooper if Sheldon Cooper at one point was like, quantum physics is cool and stuff, but also look at all this Nazi architecture.
Yeah.
I've been at a few of the games that they've played. I was halfway through a campaign and I couldn't take it anymore. I did. That's why I blew myself up with the mind. What was the bird that killed me, Jake?
A quaddle.
That I thought I was gonna win, but that I didn't know there was a part 2 to the attack. I was like, oh yay, I'm still alive. Oh, I can die. Good. I love Jesse to death, but that man is something special. He is something else.
Try being in public with him.
He's not any different.
Exactly. So Jesse, you've got to put some context on that. I know that you're not actually a Nazi, but you can't talk about Hitler's architecture in public and not get looked at weird.
Why do you think you end up in a nursing home in Wisconsin? It's your only way to get away from him.
Please follow me. We're the same person. It's weird.
I'm glad you're finally accepting it.
It's so weird because we're so similar but so different. Like, it's creepy. Because like
Mhm.
he's very like He is the ends justify the means, and everything's got to have a system. And I'm very individualistic, and systems should be able to, incorporate the individual.
Mm-hmm.
And still somehow we end up near the same fucking conclusion half the time, and I hate it.
What is the conclusion, David?
It depends on what we're talking about.
Yeah.
This is Hitchhiker's Guide to the
Two
Galaxy.
different
There's not
paths to
one
the
answer.
same goal.
I was trying to draw something out of you that I wanted to hear, but it's all right. No worries.
No, fuck you. I'm not going there.
I was gonna ask also too, because I know that you guys, Pal World is literally taking everybody by storm. I always want to talk. We always end up talking about Pokemon in one way, shape, or another. So Jake, how far have you gotten into Pal World, bud?
Since last time we talked, I haven't played it. I haven't played a video game since last time we talked.
Why not?
Because I can only play, because of the dumb Groundhog Day aspect I'm doing this year, I can only play Final Fantasy XIV in my own time right now, and we haven't streamed.
Why have you not streamed for him, Jake and David? Or Kyle and David?
No, don't worry about me. I don't set up a streaming schedule. I just
Shit
exist.
happens, then you die. Okay, I don't know what you want from me.
I want to play Pal World with you.
Well, fucking play Pal World with us then, Jesus.
When can we play?
You've been incommunicado for like a week.
I've had a woman. Okay, I've been distracted.
Oh, you have a personal life, and you're letting that get in the way of your video gaming
When
life.
was
you
the
really
last time you
getting
left your room, Kyle?
His room or the house? Because those are very different questions.
Both.
His room,
Not
like
for work.
Not for work.
His room, like 5 minutes ago. The house?
Friday,
Where'd you go Friday?
I left the house.
Cards?
Oh,
No.
you left the house because my son fucking burned his hand super bad, and you went and looked for medicine and shit, which, thank you, by the way. Tried to gone and got that shit, but I asked my wife, do you need anything? She says, no. She sends Kyle.
She wanted you home, bud.
He wasn't home.
I wasn't home.
Oh.
Yeah. I was out in public, and she's like, no, we're good. It's like, does he need to go to the ER? No, he's fine. Okay, are you sure? Yeah, all right.
Well, there goes that, I guess. Jesus.
Yeah.
Well, let's not let Kyle off the hook here. When's the last time you left the house for something social? And I realize I'm saying this as someone who hasn't left the house for something social in like over a month.
Yeah.
That's not true. You left the house on Friday.
Yeah, I guess magic, but I don't really count that as social.
Well, you guys do that like
Wow.
every Friday, though.
Most Fridays.
Fridays.
Oh, I know what I did. On the 1st, I went to watch a comedian that came to town.
You had tickets to that? You didn't fucking what the?
I bought one of those
okay.
really cheap tickets that were super far away from the.
I'd have gone with.
The rift grows stronger.
The communication in this household is bullshit.
Who was it, Kyle?
Bert Kreischer.
What?
Yeah.
He came to town Friday.
What? How the fuck
Well,
do you not
okay.
say, "Hey, I'm gonna go see Bert fucking Burnt Toast"?
I've
dude?
said it. I said it quite a few times that I'm going to go watch the. I'm going to go see the machine.
You never once. Said
No,
it.
I did a few
I had
times.
no fucking clue when he was coming to town.
Kyle did, when it was first announced, say, "Oh, I'm gonna go watch the machine" while we were
Correct.
playing D&D, which I don't think any of us took seriously.
I
They don't
did.
take me seriously half the time.
I did, but no one fucking tells me when shit's happening. God damn it. I had no clue that it happened until my sister-in-law's children were at my house because we were watching them so they could go. Like, fucking people don't tell me dates of shit. If I'd have known, I'd have bought tickets. Fuck you, Kyle. I'm mad at you.
I think the cheapest was like $25, and they're like the very far back seats.
I don't care about the cost. I make adult money. I
It's
can make bad decisions.
what was it, $175 for like the front section seating.
That's not bad.
That's
No,
not
That's
bad at all.
really cheap for
Yeah.
everything you're describing is super cheap for tickets for live events, Kyle.
Right?
I don't normally go to live events.
My balcony front row
Oh.
seats were like $75, and that was cheap as shit. And I could have jumped off the balcony, gotten on stage, and hugged Tom Segura. So
Mm-hmm.
I am curious, where did you buy your tickets though, Kyle?
The box office in town.
Yeah, not Eventbrite. Don't worry.
Well, cause oh god, what's fuck? What is that really with Andre the Giant with the Zorro character? The movie
The Princess Bride?
Yes, The Princess Bride. So there's a showing of The Princess Bride, and I guess a couple of them are coming out to Appleton, Wisconsin to like hang out and do like a Q&A afterwards and everything else like that. And through the Appleton something or another or whatever, Jennifer, which is the girlfriend's name, she wanted to go. I tried to buy tickets off of Ticketmaster. The fees and everything that was tacked on top of everything was like I was buying a third fucking ticket, and I was in the seats that Kyle was talking about, the back of the back. It was fucking
'cause
ridiculous.
Ticketmaster. There's a reason Congress was like, look, you guys are price gouging, and we know price gouging.
I might go watch Dropkick Murphys.
But they didn't fucking do anything about it. It's still there. It's still the same fucking thing. And I would have
Right.
had to drive to Appleton to get tickets for fucking cheap. And that pisses me off
Mm-hmm.
a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Why am I the only one very upset about this right now?
Some of us just accepted how life is.
It sucks. Welcome to life.
That's
Moving
not.
on.
You guys are not helping me at all.
Because I've never had to deal with it.
Yeah, weird. You're talking to the social anxiety monster over here. Like, how many times have you bought public tickets? Never.
Once.
Oh, okay. Once.
Yeah, I went to see Bob Dylan.
Up here.
Fuck you. I hate all of you.
Ooh, yeah.
I haven't done fucking anything cool.
$93
What, you
to
haven't
go see
seen Metallica
Dropkick
either?
Murphys, David.
No, I haven't seen. Wait, what?
Metallica, Avenged Sevenfold.
I like that we're actively recording the podcast
Yeah.
and Kyle's over here shopping for
Yeah.
fucking tickets for events.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
That's what I said with special guest appearance, Kyle. Like he just doesn't. He's here, but is he really?
Yeah, you guys haven't responded to anything I said, so I've been just talking
Because we're
nonsense.
having a conversation, Kyle.
Dude, I get it. He's fucking
You're the
Donnie.
worst.
He's Donnie from The Big Lebowski, right? He's a figment of our
Yes.
imagination. Nobody else hears him. Nobody knows what we're talking about.
Oh my god. Oh.
And someday we're gonna accidentally swallow his ashes.
David's gonna have a Uzi with a briefcase full of clothes that he tries to, pawn off his cash on someone. I'm excited, man. I'm excited. Okay, so I was trying to stir up controversy because I was pissed off about the Ticketmaster thing. I've been stewing on that because I can't talk to anybody about it. Okay, let me ask you guys this: do you think Donnie was real in The Big Lebowski? Do you think he was a legitimate, real person, or was he just in Smokey's mind? Or not Smokey? Who the fuck was it? John
Goodman's character?
Yeah,
I
John
don't remember
Goodman.
his name.
Yeah.
Me either. It's been too long since I've seen that movie.
I mean, I think he was real, and I have a very specific reason.
Okay.
They're a bowling team. Presumably, they're bowling against other people. You can't have an imaginary bowling team member. His scores are on the board. He clearly is actively bowling with them.
But what if we're watching it through John Goodman's mind, and that's how Donnie is there, right? That's the figment of his imagination. So because we're not seeing it through the Big Lebowski's eyes, right? The story is what if the story was super exaggerated, right? A lot of the parts of the movie were super exaggerated. What if it was John Goodman's telling of the story of the Big Lebowski? Hmm.
Well, no. I would give that theory a little more credit if a different character in the movie wasn't the narrator, because it's clearly through someone's perspective and it's not him.
Okay. Fair enough. I'm grasping at straws here. All right, my apologies.
I love
Oh, you're fine.
how much people try to make that theory work, by the way.
What?
This is not the first time I've heard this argument.
That Donnie's
What's
not
the first
real?
time I've heard it? It's not the first time I've read it. But yeah.
Yeah, no, I've heard it a ton. I'm obsessed with the Coen brothers, so.
Well, yeah.
Why do you think people want to push that narrative so much, David?
What? I mean, because it's interesting and it's funny and it's the type of thing that the Coen brothers would do. I don't think that there's really like any other deeper meaning behind it. I think people just love that movie and they're trying to find like even more interesting, cool things in it, which is the type of stuff that if you're gonna pick directors to do it with, the Coen brothers are kind of the perfect choice.
I got you.
Because they love their weird, this person is actually this representation of XYZ thing.
That's true.
Coen brothers are fucking crazy, but they make good shit, so most of the time.
Yeah.
Speaking of good shit, Jake, are you joining us for the B episode, brother?
I don't think so.
No?
No.
Not unless, listen, I don't have time. Well, no, I could squeeze in a fourth movie, I guess.
Well,
Unless you want to just come talk about my movie, Jake.
I don't remember what your movie is. I looked at it. Oh.
Boondock Saints.
Yeah.
I could, but I'm good to let David have a solo episode. I'll take some more time off Highlander.
Wow.
Alright.
Look, I was on every episode for the whole last segment of the last season.
That's true.
So was I, Jake. So was I.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
but you're the co-host.
Yeah, he's a guest. God.
Yeah.
no, I'm the co-host, producer, and everything because Eric doesn't want to do the work. That's why.
Oh,
Exactly.
Called out. Jesus.
Do you know how many times I've tried to teach that man how to do OBS and everything?
Yeah, but why would I learn a skill when I have someone who does it for me?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
My rationale was like, "Hey, man, I'll teach you how to do it just in case something happens." And he's
It's
like,
the
"No,
curse of management.
Hey.
Why would I learn it if I pay people to do it?
he doesn't pay me though."
He pays you an exposure. It's fine.
That's probably why the show does okay. It's never gonna die. The people of File Entertainment keep me alive. Which, by the way, thank you, boys and girls, if you're listening, and if you're not, then go fuck yourself. I have a question for everybody.
Okay.
So you hear those questions all the time that are out there. They're like, if you could only have one food for the rest of your life, right? Those dumb questions that pop up all the time. If you could have one food for the rest of your life, do you relegate it to one specific food, like a pepperoni meat lovers pizza, or you're like, I could just have pizza for the rest of my life, or I could have a burger for the rest of my life, to where technically a burger with the works is the same thing as just a regular cheeseburger, right? Which category are you guys in for those random fun questions? You know, it's a pizza and you can do whatever you want with it, or it's a specific type of pizza for the rest of your life.
I think that depends on the specificity of the people setting the rules and the terms of the agreement. Because I'm all about loopholes and shenanigans and bullshit. And I happen to know so are Kyle and Jake under the right
Well,
circumstances.
I'm definitely in the broad category because I, for Year of the Groundhog, heavily considered doing exactly this thing and determined that for dietary purposes, the only real answer is salad. because you can add proteins, you can add fruits. Like, it's the only option I could figure out that doesn't involve me getting like gout or scurvy. So I have a weirdly serious, thought out answer for this.
Let's hear. I'm open ears, brother. I'm open.
It's salad because you can like put so much different shit in it. You can put chicken in it for your protein, nuts. You can do fruit salad to get, vitamins and shit. You have your vegetables there. Like, there's other foods I would prefer to eat every day, but I recognize that would be a medical problem if I did it. Like, if you just don't eat vegetables or fruit for a year, that's how you get like gout.
That's understandable.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, so no negative side effects aside, right? No negative side effects aside. This meal that you were about to intake into your cock holster there. What would you ultimately eat for an entire year if it was one specific type of food? One specific type.
So it has to be the specific, like, exact same thing every time?
Yeah, just like your Groundhog Day. Just hit play.
Okay.
It's going to be the same from start to fucking finish.
Then I also have a weirdly specific example because of Year of the Groundhog.
I hate you so much. I know what
because
it's about to be.
what I did do for Year of the Groundhogs, I decided I could eat anything unless it's fast food. If I'm getting fast food, it has to be the same order every time. So
Okay.
I have, in my mind, what is the perfect fast food order, which even after only having that for a year as my only fast food, I stand by. And that is the McDonald's double quarter pounder with cheese, with fries, a sweet tea, and an apple pie.
It's a solid fucking order, man. David, why the head shake, brother?
Because that's either the perfect college order or like I just drank way too much alcohol from way too many unknown sources order. Like, that is not a good order. All right, that is Jake. But Jake knows how I feel about his fast food choices. They're not good.
You like Arby's, so your opinions are invalid. Arby's is garbage.
It's not though. Jesus.
I mean, Arby's has the meats, and their roast beef mimics life, so I can understand David's choices there.
Yeah.
David, what would your go-to? You have to order one specific meal for eternity be?
Would probably be it would more than likely be like an Asian dish. Something like pad thai, or maybe like a lob gai salad, something like that. I'm not sure which I'd go with, but it would definitely be one of those two, I would imagine. It's like some good Thai food. If I could get steamed vegetables with it every time, I might do sesame chicken. A little bit of rice, some steamed veggies, sesame chicken. I could eat that every fucking meal, every fucking day.
I feel that. I can totally feel that. Kyle, what about you, brother?
I have a question, though, first.
Okay.
Here comes the loopholes.
Is any kind of condiments allowed to be added to the food?
It is a meal that you prepare, just like Jake's Groundhog Day, right? You hit play, the movie's going to play out the exact same way every single time. So whatever you want to add to that meal, the way that you prep it the first time is the way that you'll prep it the 365th time.
It would have to be teriyaki chicken with rice, the thick kind of teriyaki, and some fried chili with oil on the rice.
Kyle, I kind of suspected that would be yours.
Yep. I have two criticisms of those orders.
Okay.
Go for it.
One, they're way more expensive than mine, which is a consideration I had that you guys didn't bring up.
No.
I make way more money than you do.
That's also true. 2, those are definitely much better than my order. I don't think they would be better on the 20th consecutive day because they're so much more flavorful. I think they would get old quicker.
Well, that's why, that's why I switched it to at the end there, the sesame chicken. Like, really thought about it. I think there's just enough with the sesame chicken, the steamed vegetables, and the rice that it gives a little bit of flavor profile, so that you don't feel like you're eating paste after the 20th time. But it's not so overwhelming that you're just destroyed on the 20th time either.
Yeah, that's fair. Kyle's especially is the one that I was thinking. Like, that would be delicious the first few times, but I feel like that, because it's such a specific, strong flavor, would get miserable very fast.
But Jake, I want to argue on the fact that yours is cheaper than mine. First of all, one, rice is super cheap,
Okay.
and you get usually buy it in the huge bags.
So are you making this yourself then?
He's making it himself.
Yeah,
it's one of
obviously.
the things he actually does eat like 2 or 3 times a week.
Yeah, I'm aware. That's fair. But-
Okay.
And also, the reason I'm adding the fried chilies with oil is because I can vary the amount of chili and oil I add into the rice, which changes the spice.
No. It's got to be the same every time.
Yeah.
That's cheating.
I said it.
Well,
the
then-
way that you prepare it the first time
Mhm.
is going to be the same way you prepare it the
And-
365th time.
Then
now
I don't
I'm
have
fucking
one.
sesame chicken. I'm gonna order Chinese for
If you're saying per how you're saying it, Jared, I don't have to worry about gout, scurvy, or anything like that because it's
yeah.
the same day.
He didn't pay
repeatedly.
attention. He didn't pay attention.
Yeah, we already established that. Jared already established this too. He said set aside any health issues. That's why I went with the McDonald's thing instead of salad.
Yeah, there are no negative health benefits for eating it for a year straight. There's no negative health benefits.
Although, looking back, dialing this back a little bit, in Kyle's defense, I got your back, buddy.
Oh,
Because when we were considering
Hey.
salad, hang on, you're right. He doesn't pay attention.
yeah,
all
no, he
right.
doesn't.
But
He doesn't.
but there's been some confusing premises laid out in
Hold
this
on.
conversation.
David, we have to do this. We have to go. Oh, I'm the producer of that show. I can fucking use it. Continue.
Anyways, to step back a little bit,
Yeah.
we did Jake in his defense of salad being the perfect food
Yeah.
because he could add fruit, he could add protein and change it up and things like that. If we were to pick rice, for instance,
Mhm.
and so bear with me through the logic here.
Okay.
At what point adding certain things or varying certain things do we change the rules for rice versus salad? Because the argument being made towards Kyle's rice dish would, if it had to be, levied against the salad, then
Oh, may I interject?
please.
Jared also specified that we were switching from like a general food to a specific food right before he laid out the no health issues thing.
Okay,
what
so
did-
I missed that part then,
Yeah.
because I heard the no health part, and I was like, all right, it makes sense to get rid of salad. But because under Jake's rules, the
Yeah.
rice and the salad thing,
Because I'm assuming that if you're gonna cook a meal a specific way one time, right? It's like, oh, I like my 2 cups of rice, right? Or I grab 2 handfuls of lettuce, right? I'm not gonna say, yeah, you have to measure it out to the nth gram of whatever, right? Because let's face it, nobody has a food scale unless you're a bodybuilder or you have illicit other activities, David.
I have one at work and I have one here.
Yeah, illicit activities, right? Again, why you come to Wisconsin? So don't worry too much about it. Just let it happen.
Listen, if I go Walter White, I'm going all the way. All right, I'm not coming to Wisconsin.
Bro, meth is pretty big in Wisconsin Rapids and Wausau, so.
I had the meth capital of the world's 2 hours away from me, Jared.
Yeah, but you can sell the product for more. Look, we're not talking about that right now. We're talking about food. All right? We're talking
Actually,
about food.
Well, I mean, how deep into the food thing do we want to go? Because I mean, you could lace it to then get people hooked, to then increase selling of
Just
your
like
product.
Coca-Cola used to do. A little bit of
Yeah.
cocaine, it tastes better, guys.
Yeah.
Then
Little bit of
eventually you get so cheap
amphetamines.
you put fentanyl in it.
Whoa, no, that shit, I
No.
won't even, no, that shit kills people, fuck that shit, no, but little bit of, Adderall sprinkled in, then when you're super hyper kids,
Jesus.
I mean, all you gotta do is put a nicotine patch on your girlfriend when she's sleeping, right? And then when you rip it off and she
Whoa.
leaves, she's gonna crave you again. It's the same concept, man. It's the same concept.
No,
Yeah, it is.
no, it's not.
Totally is. We're just gonna gloss right over that statement.
Look, all of this is shitty, but you just made it creepy and shitty.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm over here wanting to talk about my fucking Jacob Bluefinger sandwich that I fucking love from Herbert's and Gerbert's. We're talking
Let's
about
hear it.
meth and shit. Nah, it's okay.
No,
We don't- we
I
don't
want
wanna talk about it.
no.
No,
I
I-
want to hear your perfect meal, Jared. I want to hear what you're eating for every day
Yes,
for a year.
please. Yeah, I
So-
also want to hear it.
Yeah, all right. So Herbert's and Gerbert's is a small, like, little kind of franchise sandwich shop that's around town. It's they're vegetarian. It's a provolone, avocado, cucumber, sun-dried tomato, actual tomatoes, and then lettuce and Hellman's sauce. I think that provides plenty of like to Jake's observation. There we go. That's the word. Fuck, words are so hard. Maybe I do need to stop taking that medication. Maybe the long-term effects are hitting me. Anyways, the flavor profile, motherfucker. I will get this out. The flavor profile is not too overwhelming that it would be too much in the end. And they have this really sweet white bread that is going to be good enough. So
Also, Sweet White Bread is his rap name.
yeah. Fuck, that was way too hard to say. That was way too difficult to say right there. That's going to be
That
a problem
does sound like
later
a
on.
delicious sandwich.
It actually does.
Which is why, again, David, come to Wisconsin. I'll buy you one, brother. You just
Listen, I'm not opposed to coming to Wisconsin. I just don't want to live there.
I will have a basement by the time you visit. Don't worry.
That makes it sound like you're not giving them a choice.
Nope.
Yeah,
No
yeah.
choice. No choice whatsoever. It's fine. It's okay. You guys won't-
Rerouting my visit to Wisconsin.
Kyle will
He's gonna
notice
go
like
to
3 years
California
later.
instead.
Kyle will be like, "Hey, has David been gone the last few weeks?"
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, there were search parties, buddy.
Jared's in jail now. Where you
No. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Kyle would notice first because I wouldn't be yelling in his near vicinity because our fucking setups are 10 feet away. If anyone knows if I'm absent and off routine, it's Kyle.
Wait,
True.
which I gotta get with you on that. How you guys set up your mics to where you can't. If you guys are truly like 10 feet apart, I can only hear you on your mic, and I can only hear Kyle on his. I need to figure out how to do that.
Well, one crucial piece of equipment is called a door.
Yes.
You're a dick.
No,
No, he's right though. That is a big thing. Is that they're in different rooms. There's a wall between them.
But I can help you. There is some stuff that you can add in filters, because I do have filters on the boys' mics for the couch so that they aren't picking up each other. And it's selection of mic is a big thing too.
Okay.
I really can help you with that. Now that I'm done being a dick.
Yeah, because I've wanted to do an in-person podcast where if we had multiple people, I could set up, because I know what I did with Eric and David, or Eric and fucking Mark. Holy shit. Eric and Mark, we tried to do the 2 microphone setup and it was just a whole bunch of feedback. So I really interrupted Kyle. Please continue with whatever you were about to say.
So I want to go back to David disappearing.
Yeah, David disappeared.
I'd probably enjoy it for about a month and being gone, and then say something, because then I get worried. Then I'll get worried and get bored of the relaxation I'm having of him not yelling into my room. Just say it. Just say it. Be about a month.
Cool. Good to know I'm gonna be dead.
That is amazing, Kyle.
It is sad that I'm pretty sure that if I did just mysteriously get kidnapped and or die, the first people to notice would be the people who work for me.
Yeah,
That's
you
fair.
probably get noticed.
I'm sorry, that's not funny, but it is. It is. David didn't show up for 2 shifts. Let's call Jake. Jake, I don't know. Fuck him.
Yeah.
I mean, I frequently don't know if David's home or not unless he texts me, so
That is
he's
true.
not wrong.
And then my wife would just assume I was either at work or in the basement playing games until she went to bed. Fuck me.
Mm-hmm.
See, if we go back in time to Jake's answer from a previous episode, and this is called a callback here, he said the greatest thing about being an adult was that you don't have to let people know where you are, right? So you could just disappear for weeks on end. And that's the greatest thing about David being an adult, is that he could disappear for weeks on end and nobody would know where he's at and nobody would care until it would become abundantly clear. I live in that
True.
fear daily, David, okay? I live in that fear daily.
I
live
like that for
alone.
you guys, it's a fear, and for me, it's the thing I like most about being an adult. So you guys are like, oh god, if I died, no one would even notice. I'm like, if I died, no one would even know.
I
would smell your corpse eventually.
Yeah. I would slip and fall in the shower, crack my head open, right, and die on the tile room floor. And the only thing people would notice is, hey, Jared's birds have been really loud for like the last 3 days. Somebody should check on them. That's when somebody would care.
That's only when they're done eating you.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, Eric would figure it out next time the file under came around and you weren't there.
In 2 weeks.
And he'd try to get a hold of you.
Well, no, the next one's this week, so you're covered for this week.
So just make sure it happens before recording.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, Jared didn't show up. Well, fuck that guy. We'll record anyways.
That's true.
I am there. I do have the ability to do it the same way you do.
What?
The recording.
Oh no, I'm gonna show up. I really, really want to watch Blade Runner 2049 again. I fucking love that movie. I hated the first one. Hated it. There's a lot of things. I've noticed I've picked movies where there's like very, very touchy subjects from years gone by. I've noticed that. Like Ace Ventura, that one song Porn.
Yeah.
I'm getting real good at that. I don't do it on purpose, by the way. I don't.
It's gonna be
that Ace Ventura one really sneaks up on you watching it in modern times. I rewatched it just like a couple years ago and was like, oh, I forgot this was a plot point. Yeah. And boy, as a 5-year-old, did I not care, and I care a lot now.
Well, in my young child mind, I was like, oh, she lied about herself. Like that, she's a dirty, dirty liar. You don't lie about killing somebody. I mean, she lied about killing somebody. Of course she's going to lie about being a... I don't know, like my brain, my childish mind didn't comprehend it, but like I was just like, gosh, she's even more of a liar. Look, she's a dirty, dirty liar. That's a bad thing.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, anyways.
So, moving away from that.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I was like, at least I didn't pick Blade Runner, where basically what was that, an android that he forced upon? Was it an android or was it a woman?
It's Blade Runner, so who knows? And also, does that matter?
Yeah, like
that's kind of the point of Blade Runner.
Yeah, that's my question. Does it matter if it's an android? Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because like all the blurry porn that I watch.
Because if they're sentient, it's not really any different, which is kind of the whole Blade Runner thing.
Correct.
But what if they're programmed like that? What if that's the thing?
Look, Blade Runner is a movie about asking these questions and not answering them, Jared. So Yeah, you're right.
Stop by next Tuesday where we'll answer all those questions.
We won't.
We
won't.
We won't. We won't.
No, yeah, I'm not touching half of that.
It's okay. I have a question for everybody.
Death, dismemberment, despair.
No.
Okay.
Shit.
Where to hide a body?
Yeah.
Ignore them and ask your question, Jared.
That's the least fun fact I've ever heard.
Yeah. So, anyways, we're not gonna touch that. Let's just fucking move on.
Advice.
I had that queued up and then I didn't. So I actually came prepared with questions for the first time in a long time. So be proud of me.
That's scary.
Yeah. First question comes from Ask Women. What is some decorum you wish would come back in society? What is some decorum you wish would come back in society?
Why do we keep answering Ask Women? None of us are women or female
What?
identifying.
What is wrong with that? Why?
I would say those honestly tend to be the best questions in my
Yeah.
opinion, are the ones that come from Ask Women, so I'm not going to complain.
Yeah, like, dude, have you?
Listen, I'm
Sometimes
just
you have to
saying.
recontextualize them a little, but
Right. It feels a little odd, is all I'm saying.
Look, you go to Reddit,
Especially in a world full of, like.
like if Jared was like taking questions from Ask Women that are like about being a woman, I would agree, but he's not.
David, tell us how it feels to get your period, brother. We need to know about
listen,
this.
Right.
Yeah, no,
How do you stop
I'm
your
not saying
cramping?
he picks bad questions. It just feels weird for white dudes answering a bunch of questions specifically from a Reddit called Ask Women.
If they didn't
That's-
ask such
This
actual
feels like
good,
Congress.
if they didn't ask such really good fucking questions, I wouldn't pick them. But like some of the Ask Reddit questions or Ask Men or just Ask in general are really fucking stupid. And
That's true.
I remember there was this one question from like relationship advice that like I totally threw me off. The guy's like, yeah, I had sex with my ex-girlfriend's sister and she may be pregnant. What do I do? And I'm like, first off, the whole ex-girlfriend sister thing doesn't matter. Congratulations, you broke up. You're just telling us an achievement right there. Good job on you. Secondly, there's nothing that you can do. You wait to see if she's actually pregnant and gonna have a kid, and then you figure it the fuck out. Like that's how half these questions go, right? And then if she is pregnant, you man the fuck up and do the right thing, right? Whether it be paying child support the kid, or provide a fatherly figure, right? You don't just fuck off. Like the questions are like, how do I turn on the tap water? Turn the knob. That's how you fucking do it, right? Those are the questions. The infamous soda can question, David. You remember that from way
Uh-huh.
back in the fucking day?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That's the questions that I get on Ask Reddit. With Ask Women, they're like, hey, what is some decorum you wish would come
I
back in
didn't-
society?
I said I agree with it. I understand it. I didn't say it was a bad choice. I just said it feels weird.
I'm still mad at Ticketmaster, so I don't apologize.
Okay. All right. What's the first question?
I'm gonna fucking stab you. I've said it twice now. I wish people, you know what decorum I wish would come back in society? People fucking listening to my questions. David, what's your fucking answer?
Oh, I love it.
I'm gonna come to Wyoming. Give me the hate crime. I love the fact that Jake is shaking right now.
I mean, like I get the whole like some guys make it creepy and stuff and fuck them, but like I don't know the acceptability of small like I don't want to use the term chivalry because chivalry I don't want to come
Chivalrous
back
acts.
like the actual meaning of that,
Mm-hmm.
but like manners like I don't know, like I was raised, like if you're older than me or a woman or anything like that, like I do it for everybody because I just like to be nice, but like I kind of quicken my pace. I'll open the door. I'll hold it open for you. Like small, simple little things like that. Like, dude, people getting grumpy over that shit or like having that be an insult is the dumbest fucking thing I've ever experienced in my life. And nothing makes me want to punch you harder other than maybe hurting a kid. Like, it's the dumbest fucking shit. Yes, I held the door open for you. I'm not saying you're a fucking weak person who can't take care of yourself. Jesus fucking Christ.
I will say I've never had that kind of reaction when I've held the door open here in central Wisconsin, David.
Dude, I don't generally get it in Wyoming either, but every once in a while, it's like, and I hate to be stereotypical, it's almost always someone who climbs into a vehicle from the West Coast. Any of the 3 states, they usually have Washington, Oregon, or California plates. And generally, like, I've never had anybody like go off on me and like do the whole Karen scream that people talk about, but like you get the, the like, the little like tisk little grotesque look that they give you. I've had that multiple times lately, and it's just like, fuck you. I was trying to be nice.
Step in front
Eat
of
a
him and close the
dick.
door. Establish dominance.
I don't know.
Jake, what about you, brother?
Well, I was actually gonna say almost the exact same thing as David. Like, I don't know, that's like the only thing that came to mind. I've only had the one situation. I've only had the like someone like be snide about holding a door open for them once. And to be fair, it was when I was in college, and she like later apologized for it like a few days later because we had like a class in common. Like I was in a shitty mood. I'm sorry.
Aw,
It's all good.
that's nice. Kyle, care to answer?
I kind of want a lot of like, was it like the friendly neighborhood type thing? Not like extraordinary nosy neighbors, but like you could go over to your neighbor and ask for a cup of sugar or
Yeah.
something like that. Like just friendly interactions. You can that more of rather than either they're extraordinarily nosy or they're like cut off from the world. I think that would be nice to come back.
I mean, to be fair, I still don't know my neighbors' names, and I've interacted with them dozens of times, so I feel you on that. The America, the friendly, the typical Midwestern neighbor, right? Just the nice, we know your name, hang out. I feel that too. Dude, I'm so sick of people recording everything in public. That's the biggest thing. You see all these videos of these gotcha moments or these Karen moments just being recorded. You're like, what the fuck, man? Like, really? Is that like necessary? And I'm kind of right there with you guys on that.
I've got because that led me to another one.
Okay.
And that's people filming live events, like concerts, comedy, whatever.
Oh,
like,
that
don't like. It's
that
wild to
one
me
is
that like
annoying.
that like the advent of smartphones has made it like perfectly acceptable for people to do that. That's crazy, and I hate that people do that. Put your fucking phones away.
The video's not even good
Yeah.
either.
No.
It's shit. Well, this is just a questions from the subreddit questions, all right? Can you suggest a word that can replace greetings like hello, hi, and hey? So what would be an acceptable greeting that would replace hello, hi, or hey?
Sup?
Salutations.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm not saying that every time I have to fucking say hi to somebody. You know how many people I walk by every goddamn day and say hello to?
Salutations.
Listen, it's either how are you doing or sup. All right? That's it. That's all you fucking get.
I don't know.
I think
I like probably get salutations.
Yeah, I like it, Kyle. I'm gonna go with greetings, fellow Earth person. So, establish we're both Earth people. Gotta make sure.
Yeah, have to suss out those.
They don't say it back.
Aliens.
FBI, I found a fucking alien. Get him.
But Jake, what if they like respond back in lizard person and then abduct you and take you to their hive?
Oh no. Did you not hear how many songs about fucking aliens I brought on File Entertainment last season?
I don't know that the lizard people who are trying to replace us are gonna fuck you, Jake. I'm sorry. They have better options. They've taken over the world. They have celebrities to pick from. No
That's
offense
fair.
to you, buddy.
I feel like Jake would be that exotic that like would get passed around at parties, right? Like he's the go-to. He's like, look at this fine specimen. He's unlike anyone else we've ever had. Look at him, just go.
I
to town,
picked
baby.
this up
just
on a
call him the
trip on this
community
one
bot?
blue planet.
Only bald bearded dude, amongst the Na'vi. Like, hey man, where's my tentacle go? No, the tentacle goes down here, sweetheart. Or the tentacle goes down here, big boy. Right? Right?
Jared just made you the fucking punch bowl at a fraternity party that everyone pours fucking alcohol into as they walk past. But for alien fucking.
Yeah. I mean, he's expressed quite an interest, man.
Look, I can't be mad. I'm the one who made this weird.
You all made this weird.
Well, David, guess what? It's about to get weirder, right?
Oh God.
What's something normal humans do that grosses you out? That's the question. What's something normal humans do that grosses you out?
Pick a fucking thing. People are gross as shit. You want stories? I got stories. I got experiences. Pick a gender. I can fucking gross anybody out. Like, people are disgusting, and I hate it. Stop being people. I don't know. Like,
yeah, bathroom etiquette needs to change. I'll just say that much. I do not.
Oh.
I do not.
God, dude.
I do not like the before 4 times before COVID. All right. There's certain people I stopped associating with. So I feel that. Well, like they go to the bathroom and they didn't wash their hands. And it's the public bathroom. And you're like, motherfucker, that's disgusting. I know what you did in there. And you didn't wash your hands. I'm not interacting with you unless I absolutely have to.
That's tame. Yeah.
That's
not,
tame?
Not washing your hands. Yeah, that's... You know what? You're right. I wish everyone would start washing their hands and stop writing on the goddamn walls with their fecal matter and or fucking tampons. You want to... That's where it starts for me, Jared. I've been scarred by other people and their bathroom habits.
Well, dude, that's because you
David. He said normal human beings.
Normal human
These
beings.
are people
Normal.
without diagnoses.
Kyle, I was a janitor. That's normal people.
Yeah,
It's so much more common than you would expect. It's awful.
No.
For some reason, banks. Bank
Yes.
bathrooms, not even the ones in the lobby. It's always the ones that are like off to the side are always just covered in literal shit for some reason.
There are some people
I don't
who
get
think that there have to be people who I think don't actually sit on public toilets, and then they think that they can just like aim. No, you can't. That shit splatters and it's gross. You're a fucking shit cannon. Stop.
Well, then, Jake, going off what you said, I'm glad I went digital money. Because I have no wishes to touch actual cash anymore.
I went digital too, Kyle. I don't know how good a physical Bitcoin is, but I got one. Cryptocurrency, baby.
I just want all the baubles, Jared. I want all the baubles.
Just all the baubles.
Yeah, all the baubles.
I can tell I've sorely defeated David. The more he looks down and the more he looks defeated, I feel like I've won the podcast. I feel like I've won it.
You made me hungry and now you made me sick.
Bro, do you know how many times at work we'd come back from lunch and I'm just like, I don't want to fucking talk about food at all. And for the next 30 to 45 minutes we talk about food and I just want to shank I just want to shank my PC and just be like, oh no, my computer died, boss, can't work anymore. And just like I just wish people would stop talking about food as much as they do. So I apologize. I brought back the shit cannons, the tampon markers, and all the other good stuff from you. So, oh look, Jennifer's heading out. She says she'll see me soon, and everybody on the podcast saw that, so that's cool. Anyways, moving on.
What I see?
No, if you're watching the video, it popped up in the corner because I forgot to turn that off.
Nice.
Yeah. So I got 2 more quick questions here.
Mm-hmm.
Who was the first rapper you heard? Who was the first rapper you heard?
Oh,
I think I know.
You think?
Well, I mean, like, I've been in environments where I could have heard a different rapper and not like paid attention to it.
When did
I
you
hung
have
out with Jake and his brother. Like,
are
are we talking like live? Or are we talking about willfully listened to?
When
like,
did you have the cognitive wherewithal to know that this was a rapper, and they were your first?
That's still.
Yeah, that's hard. Like I don't remember ever not being aware rap was a thing.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Who's the first? Okay, who's the first rapper that stood out in your mind? Is that a better question?
yes, and I hate the answer.
If it's fucking ICP, I love you, David.
No.
Oh, yeah, that was the first time that I was like, oh, this is a real thing, and then I heard ICP. It was Great Milenko. That was the album.
They're a rap group?
Insane Clown Posse, yeah. They're not a
Fucking Will Smith. I hate this. I hate this game.
You know, probably same for me. Actually,
Was it Wild Wild West?
oh, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, that's one of them. I had to look it up. I wanted to see if the group I thought was hip hop, that was a rap group, is actually a hip hop group. I thought the Beastie Boys was a rap group.
I mean, I would say they're kind of a rap group.
They're labeled as a hip hop group
I mean,
because
hip-hop
they are
rappers,
technically, if they're a
basically the
rap
same
group, they're
shit.
the first ones. If not, it is Will Smith for me.
Oh, thank God. Well, I was gonna say because I remember I go back in my mind to the movie The Wild Wild West, right? And wait. Men in Black when he raps at the end with the aliens. Is that?
Men in Black, Wild Wild West, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, his actual rap albums that he released.
It
I
might have.
guarantee you heard Will Smith rap before the Wild Wild West.
I hate that Men in Black came out in 1997, and I know The Great Milenko had been out for a little while before I listened to it, and I think now my first answer is Men in Black, Will Smith rapping with the fucking aliens, and that is the first cognitive rapper. I hate you for that. I hate you for all of that.
So, do we agree that Beastie Boys is a rap group as well, or no? Because
Yeah.
then
I think so.
okay,
I
so
would agree.
Beastie Boys is my first experience of rap.
I fucking don't like the... Fucking, okay, the last 10 minutes make the movie. What movie is that true for? I'm not going to dwell on this fucking Will Smith bullshit anymore. The last 10 minutes make the movie.
I think Men in Black, when he rapped
Fucking
with the
Jake,
aliens.
you can leave now. All right, you know what? Fuck it. I am the producer of this show. We can do this. Say bye, everybody.
Wow, wait, you're actually editing before you answer? Nice.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I really genuinely wanted the fucking
Damn.
answer on this. I really genuinely
That
wanted
would have
the
been
answer.
a great.
But David,
was
but
getting
I didn't
so
want to
proud
piss
of you
David
there.
off. I didn't want to piss David off. He didn't get I wanted him to answer the question. I'm being a good producer and a good host and a good
Aw,
intern.
This is the first time for everything.
I know.
No. I'm sorry.
Yeah, like David and
Now
Kyle
we're
being here and
closing
on
out.
time for this podcast.
I know, right? It's a
Maybe
podcast
here
with so
before
many
either of you.
firsts.
Fuck you
I
guys.
know. I was late. It's opposite day apparently.
Anyways.
Yeah.
The fuck. I had a good answer before all of this for that movie thing. Fuck. Fuck. Now I can't remember the name of the movie. God damn it.
I've got one in it.
Sure.
It connects to our Big Lebowski talk earlier because it's another
Okay.
Coen Brothers movie. Burn After Reading.
Mm.
This movie I think is like pretty good, and then has like maybe just my favorite ending of all time, which is essentially just two characters talking about like, why did all of this happen? No reason. None of it makes sense. Oh, okay. But it's like the head of the FBI or the CIA and like one of his underlings having this conversation about just like,
Jesus.
yeah, all these people are dead. Why? I don't know. If it makes sense, report it to me.
Yeah. Nice. David?
I had a really good answer and I just cannot recall it now. Like I cannot. I've been sitting here trying to think of like what the fuck was I gonna say. Man. Fuck.
Kyle, you wanna take heat?
I say the ending is pretty good for my favorite movie of all time, and it's also my Disney favorite movie, Treasure Planet.
What makes it for you?
I like how it wrapped up at the end, to be honest. And there's no second movie.
No second movie, just it's done, over with, all good to go.
Yep. It's a great wrap up. It's overall the movie I think is phenomenal, and it's my all-time favorite Disney movie. That's really all it is.
I like Predestination, I think is the movie with Ethan Hawke in it. I think it's great because at the very, very end, you basically learn that he's in an eternal cycle of killing himself, having sex with a younger version of himself, and then it's just a cycle, a never-ending cycle to make sure that humanity continues to move forward.
Okay.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, the ending where it all comes together is really fucking weird.
I cannot remember the movie that I was trying to think of, but I have come up with another answer that I think also fits this.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna fucking remember the other one 10 minutes after we're done recording.
Yeah.
But Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, I think, has a great fucking ending and really just sort of makes that movie hit home even more. So yeah, I think that would be my answer.
If you remember it, send it to me, David. I'll insert it at the end as a secret sound. So if you stick around at the end and there's David talking randomly, there you go, secret answer. Everybody answered questions. Jake was actually late. Kyle and David were actually on time, and then Jared was on producer time. So thank you, boys. I will have topics next weekend. I apologize. I've been very, very busy. I have not done a single thing I probably was supposed to do this week. So thank you for showing up each and every week. And we will see you all next time. Oh, that was fucking smooth. I promise you I'm not stupid. I'm just panicking.
Can I be honest with y'all? I thought they were all robots at the zoo. I've never seen one in the wilds. So as far as I was concerned, they don't actually exist, but apparently they do. So that blows my mind.
They're talking about you, Helios and Blue, your basic information recording devices.